Hi guys, it's Mrs. C here with cycle 3, week 22. Only 2 weeks left, which is super exciting. I feel like the last part of the year just goes so quickly. So anyway, I hope you guys had an awesome community week if you've already had it. If not, hopefully this will be helpful to you. We're going to jump right in with geography. So I typically try not to show any CC materials in my videos, just trying to be very respectful of copyright stuff, but I do want to at the end of my explanation, show a quick, just look at this so you can understand what I'm talking about if you haven't really looked at the maps yet. So we're doing the deserts this week, and I joked that we were going to be talking about dessert, and I was really excited that we'd get to have dessert for geography, and I was going to make an ice cream sundae. And then I turned around and looked at my board and I said, oh, it's not dessert, it's desert. And I said, oh, well, we can still pretend to have an ice cream sundae for our deserts. So I had colored each of the larger deserts. The Mojave, I had colored kind of the pinky color. The Painted Desert, I had done kind of a tealy blue with dots in it. And then the Sonoran Desert, I had done an orange. Where the Colorado Desert is, I had kind of gone over it a little bit with red. And then I had used purple for the Great Salt Lake Desert. So what I said was that each of the large deserts were my ice cream scoops. So the Mojave Desert was, sorry, I have a little friend sitting next to me because I have a clingy toddler today. So the Mojave Desert was my strawberry ice cream scoop, and I had put a really big scoop in California and Nevada, but it started melting, so it was going down into Arizona and Utah. And then I put a scoop in the top of Arizona of mint chocolate chip, and that was my Painted Desert, but it was melting too because ice cream in the desert, it melts. And so it was melting into New Mexico, a little bit into Colorado and Nevada. And then I had a scoop of orange sherbet, and that was the Sonoran Desert, and I put that down on the bottom of Arizona, and it actually melted into Mexico, which you can't see, but it also got into California. So then I decided that that was enough ice cream, and that I just needed to put my toppings. So I put a cherry right at the bottom of California for the Colorado Desert, and that's what I had done in red there. And then I decided that they could choose, we could either put sprinkles or syrup on top for the Great Salt Lake. So I'm just gonna show you this real fast. If you take a look, it kind of just looks like these kind of blobs, which were my ice cream scoops that were melting. Then right over here would be your Colorado Desert, which is where the cherry was. And then this was supposed to be syrup or sprinkles that were starting to drip down onto our ice cream sundae. So I couldn't come up with anything much more clever than that. And so that is what we did, and it seemed to go okay. So that was geography. For our timeline, we have North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which be sure to remind the kids we've had a history sentence about that. So for that, we are going to, sorry, I have a large cup. It's getting ready to spill. We have NATO for NATO. So we have that one. And then the Korean War, we're going to make a K, which we've done before. It just looks like a peace sign. But you're going to touch your thumb to your middle finger. So it kind of looks like that. So the Korean, and like we always do, war, this back and forth. Then we have Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement, which just cracks me up that they want you to sign MLK really fast. So MLK. And then civil rights, just like the Bill of Rights, you're going to have a flat hand and you're going to come down and kind of scoop up like this for the Civil Rights Movement. Then Jem and Elizabeth Elliot, we're going to make an E for Elliot, which is like all of your fingers kind of resting on your thumb. Elliot and missionaries, we're going to turn that into an M, and we're going to rub it over our heart. And I just said that this is because they love to tell people about God's word. And then we're going to make the sign for Ecuador, which is another E. You're going to rest it on your hand and kind of wiggle it back and forth because Ecuador sits right on the equator. Then we have the Antarctic Treaty, and you're just going to be cold like this. So the Antarctic Treaty, because it happens kind of fast in the timeline song. And then the Vietnam War, we're going to make a V. And we're going to go back and forth again like war. And then our last one, which is the best sign ever. It's so much fun, okay? The astronauts walk on the moon. So we're going to make an R for our rocket ship, and we're going to hold a flat hand like this and shoot our rocket kind of like it has the brace that the rocket helps the rocket shoot off straight, I think. And it's going to fly up. So rocket, and then we're going to make the sign for person or man, which is just two hands down like that. So we're literally signing Rocket Man. And then we're going to take our hand and curl it into a fist, and we're going to kind of do our best like moonwalk impression. So U.S. astronauts walk on the moon. So such a fun one. Okay. And now you can go sign Elton John's Rocket Man all you want. So that was timeline. What I did is I laid out all of my cards on the table. And on the back of 3 of my cards, I found these fun boom stickers. And I've done this before where my boom stickers are like the bombs and we're trying not to hit the bombs. So I just go and I let each kid pick a card. We have to do the sign for that card. And then if it's a boom card, it's like, oh no, we hit a bomb. Let's not hit any more bombs. And then the next kid picks a card. And if we do happen to hit all the bombs and we still have cards left, if they can tell me the sign for one of the other cards, then I'll let them turn a boom card back over and turn the regular card over so that we aren't all exploded. So we do that. We usually just go through it, say it all, and then as we're doing the booms, we kind of sing through it each time, just depending on which card that they've done. So that was timeline. For math today, I brought I have these little magnet letters I had from home, and it had a little magnet board with it. So I put it out just like this, and we talked about it. And then I just removed letters, or I moved things around. Like I would maybe move and do these, and they would have to tell me what was messed up and what the actual one was. And when we did it for multiplication, all you do is, these are actually X's. I just turned them sideways for those. So we would have it like this. Oh, that equals this one off. So we just moved those around and manipulated those. And that's what we did for math just for a few times. I did hear a really cute song. I was using songs for other things, and I try not to use songs for everything. But the song that I heard, in case you're looking for a song, is to the tune of Mamie's Little Baby. So it goes, the commutative law for addition states A plus B equals B plus A. The commutative law for multiplication states A times B equals B times A. A plus B equals B plus A. A plus B equals B plus A. A times B equals B times A. A times B equals B times A. So if you're looking for a song, that one's pretty cute and easy to memorize. So that was math. For history, since it was kind of a somber song this week, also because I was running a little over on time, we just sat and listened to it. I kind of explained to the kids what the song was about. We talked through it. My kids do love it when I replace with silly songs, but I just didn't want to be disrespectful. Not that I've wanted to be disrespectful of any of the other history sentences we've talked about, but with this one in particular, I just didn't want to make light of it. I play it off the app on my phone, and it did have a couple pictures, so I did show them the few pictures. And we just listened to the song and said through it, and I just pointed to the words as we were listening to the song a few times. So that is what history was. For English, we used the song, and it is my mission to teach every homeschool child John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, because apparently none of you guys are teaching it to your kids, and it's just the best kid song ever. I loved it when I was little. So we did our phrases to the tune of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. So it went like this. A phrase is a group of words that does not contain both a subject and a verb, and may be used as a single part of speech. A phrase is a group of words that does not contain both a subject and a verb, and may be used as a single part of speech. So we just sang that several times. I had them stand up, and we just got squatted down lower and lower until the end. If you are familiar with John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, you just continue to sing it more quietly each time until basically the last time you're completely just mouthing the words. So you're just going. So, and we mouth all the words, and then, but at the very end, you yell as loud as you can, a single part of speech, So, we sang for that a few times, and just stood and then squatted and got lower and lower as we sang quieter and quieter. So that's what we did for English. For Latin, I brought in Dave the Dinosaur, which was total impromptu because I just didn't like what I had planned for Latin. I didn't feel it was creative, and I decided I was just going to get out my dinosaur and we were going to try it. So I brought out Dave, and I'm pretty sure he's from IKEA. He's got this really silly tongue that's super fun. Some of the kids said he was a dragon, but he doesn't have wings, so would you like to use the dinosaur? So I'm pretty sure he's a dinosaur. So we were teaching Dave Latin. He really wanted to learn Latin. And so he came out, and we said the Latin and then said the English for him, and we had to say it several times because Dave was pretty shy and he was really unsure. Sorry. And so we said it quietly for Dave and loudly for Dave, and sometime Dave thought he was going to say it, but then he got really scared, and then he decided he couldn't say it. And so we said it one more time for him, and then when Dave got ready to say it, what happened, Graham?
Then we said, "Wow!"
Dave could only say, "Roar!" because I forgot Dave's a dinosaur and Dave can't talk. So I think the kids thought that was pretty funny. But we just used the puppet, and we said it for our puppet and tried to teach our puppet how to say it. So we sang it like they do in the song. This particular phrase is very easy to remember. So, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, she's so loud. Okay. Put your passy in. All right, so science was our last one. I don't have my board in here, but basically what I did is I had several of the key words covered up with just sticky notes on my whiteboard. And so we went through, and I would peek under them and tell them what the word said, and we tried to remember the word. Then I took them all off, and we said it, being able to see all the words, and then we covered them back up individually and saw if we could remember the words. You could do the same thing with just erasing them if you want to. I like to have the whole thing written where they can see it all written out, and it's kind of always up there written. So we did that, just went through it several times for science. Can you say hi? Say hi. Hi. Oh, yeah, you're being cute. Little stinker. So, all right. So I think that is all of new grammar. For review, I did want to throw this out there. I just happened to have some extra blank cards, white cards laying around, and I printed off just thank you on them. And I gave these out to each of the kids and had them color on them while we listened to our review, and let them decorate them, and I made sure they wrote their names, and we're going to give them to our director, just to say thank you for all she's done for us all week. And it was an easy, simple, pretty chill review activity. So anyway, yeah, so that's everything for this week. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're staying strong for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to go wrestle this heathen into her bed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.